Hey yo, what's going on? It's the Blue Room Theory Podcast, and you're rocking with O.Javier TV along with
the one and only Mr. O'Javier, Mr. No Hook, Tyler in the building. Baby, what's poppin', oh?
Hey yo, it's all good, man. I just want to welcome y'all back to another episode. Thank you for rocking with us, and you already know we got great things coming along.
Oh, listen, but before you keep going, I can't have us start the podcast without you giving them the golden nugget.
Golden nugget time?
Yeah, it's golden nugget time.
Golden nugget time. Here we go, right here. All right, guys. Listen, perfectionism is the enemy towards any progress, all right? And you want to put out as much shit into the world, and I'm not just talking about content-wise or anything like that, but just yourself, your personality. You think that you have to speak a certain way. You think that you have to look a certain way. Hey, listen, I'm not going to go out until my hair is perfectly put this way. No, T. Go out and you yourself are perfect. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to make progress in anything, man, just go out there, put yourself out there. Doesn't matter what you get. It's like, let me put a social media example. You want to put out some content? No, I don't know, because I might not get any likes or anything like that. T, if you would have thought like that, where would you be right now?
I feel like people relate to you more and more happy to see you grow when they know you're not perfect.
It's like in those things that you think like, oh, I don't know, they're gonna think I'm weird about this. It's like the weirder the thing is, the more people will relate to it.
And for me, when I see someone who does something and it's not perfect, it shows that you're human.
Right. You know what I'm saying? It's different. You're more well-rounded.
Yeah.
Right? It's like those little quirks are what make you. And what's going to set you apart.
And people like you for you, you know? People like you for being yourself, and whatever flaws you may come with and imperfections you might have. That's part of the reason why they might grow to be fond of watching you or liking your content.
And so, they'll appreciate you.
For sure, because you're not doing a fake perfect person.
Exactly.
Because at the end of the day, no one's actually perfect, but we can try our best.
Exactly. So next time you think about, hey, I don't know, this post isn't perfect, this picture, this quote, listen. Throw it out there, and if you don't get any likes, you don't get any likes. Just post whatever it is that you want to do. Put yourself out there. No matter what it is. You want to get that girl, put yourself out there. If she don't like it, next.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
They don't like your post, next. Simple as that.
You be alright. Fuck them.
Yo, I like that.
Fuck them.
Yo, you be alright.
Fuck them.
Don't worry about it. You good to go. All right.
And speaking of perfect,
what's up, man?
I've been trying to. I want to be happy and I want to be perfect, and I want to have a perfectly happy life, mm-hmm. And I'm single at the moment, but it's hard. Like, I'm trying to figure out what's harder, bro. Like, singles being hard, and then when you get in a relationship, it's hard too. So
So what's more difficult is what you're saying. What's more difficult, being single or being in a relationship? You've definitely been in relationships before.
Correct.
So what, in your opinion, what's more difficult, being single or being in a relationship?
What's more difficult, being single or being in a relationship? That's a deep question.
It is a deep question.
It's a deep question, and there's so many dynamics and elements to that question. But for me, I would say it's harder to be in a relationship. That's if you had to say, Tyler, what's the answer, A or B?
Yeah.
It's B. Because
harder to be in a relationship.
It's harder to be in a relationship because if I had to put it in a simple sentence, mm-hmm. It's hard enough to understand you. Mm-hmm. It's even harder to understand somebody else.
And to accept somebody else.
So man, you have to. It's hard enough to accept yourself and to be confident with yourself and understand how you are and your feelings and what you like and don't like. So now you have to know about yourself and the other person. That's not easy.
Right, that's not easy. And what's easier about being single than being in a relationship? I
mean, mind you, when you're being single, you're worrying about yourself. You're working on yourself, and there's not as much pressure to me on. It's a lot. Being in a relationship is pressure, whether you're the guy or the girl, because you feel like you want to make sure that the other person's always happy. Do they still like you? Are they gonna fall out of love with you?
So it's easier to bail if you're single.
Exactly.
Like, you can hide a lot of your, I guess you could call them quote unquote flaws in being single, because you don't have a commitment to nobody. You just kind of, I guess you would say, no pun intended, in and out. You know what I'm saying? You're just like, kind of talking to somebody for a little bit, kind of hook up, maybe smash here and there, whatever. and you can hide certain things because they're not gonna call you all the time. You don't have nobody to answer to or anything like that, so you can kind of hide your flaws.
Exactly, but when you're in a relationship, this person is looking at everything you do, because if you're gonna stay with that person,
you can't hide it. You can't hide it. Eventually, they'll see it.
They will see it. So there's a lot of pressure to be the best person you can be at all times when you're in a relationship, because you want that from the other person.
I feel you on that. I think I would have to agree with you on that. It's definitely harder to be in a relationship. I think being single like that, like you could hide a lot of things, a lot of personal problems, personal issues, or things like that. But I feel like if you're with somebody, it forces you to kind of face yourself more. You know what I mean? For sure. Face like certain things that you kind of like put aside, even to yourself. And then let's say let's say you're addicted to like jerking off, and then you're with the person. Like eventually she's gonna find out that you're
addicted to jerking off. Like, why do your hands have calluses on them?
Yeah, like why are you always going to the bathroom and taking like
why is there no lotion left every week?
There's no tissues. Like we're running out really fast. Like what's going on?
Yeah, for sure. And
why is the history always erased on your laptop? You know what I mean? It's like they're gonna find out, and then you're gonna have to come face to face. Like, damn, man, I think I'm beating off too much.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Just an example.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what's it's crazy because I think of relationships or getting in a relationship. To me, I look at it as something you can get better at with time. Okay, so I feel like I've had 2 girlfriends. I know that my whole life, 2 girlfriends, serious girlfriends, like years with them.
Right.
And I feel like each one has made me more and more understand how to be a great boyfriend.
Okay.
And please them in all ways emotionally and make them feel secure in the relationship, because I've gone through it. I've messed up. I've said things I shouldn't have said. I've acted away. So like I feel like it's hard to have a first relationship and make it. It's hard. That's harder. I feel like when it's your guys' first both relationship, it makes it a lot harder to get used to and cope with, because it's your first time. When it's your first time doing anything, you're gonna mess up. Yeah, man. No matter how good you think you are a person, you could be a great person. You could be dope. You can have great qualities. But once you're in a relationship, it's everything. Shit hits the fan. Everything comes out. Everything you might do, say, comes out. Yeah, so
that's
it's
true. That's true.
I learned from my other relationships to grow, not just to be a better person, but to be a better person to somebody else.
Like your interpersonal aspect grew a little bit more. I would say I have to agree, man. I mean, being in a relationship has definitely put me up against a lot of, I don't want to say issues or anything like that, but it's just,
roadblocks.
Well, it's just like you've been by yourself, single, and you're used to operating a certain way.
For sure.
I'm not used to, if I'm gonna go somewhere, I don't have to worry about, hey, I just got here, or hey, you know what I mean? It's like you just kind of do your own thing. So getting used to that is a little crazy. But I think, look, relationships are hard enough as they are. You know what I mean? Just like that, to making it work. So it is harder in that aspect. And just imagine getting into a relationship with somebody that is not the ideal person. You know what I mean? Which happens all the time.
Yeah, and it's crazy how
let me get into a relationship just because this person looks good, or just because they're kind of cool.
Yeah, and looks only last so long.
Looks don't last, man. I think after you smash twice,
they only last so long, and like I said, the qualities. As I have relationships, I look for different things.
Right. So if there's somebody that let's say one of your nephews is like, yo, T, man, Uncle T, I kind of I see this girl, I kind of want to get into something serious with her. What tip do you have for me? What would you tell them? Or even your son or something like that. What would you tell them? If they want to get into a relationship, they're looking for a relationship, what's one thing that you would tell them that will set them on the right path?
What's the relationship she has with her parents?
What's the relationship that the girl that he wants to get with has with her parents? You think that tells a lot?
I've grown a lot on that.
Okay, so give me an example of something that Like if she has a bad relationship with her parents,
No,
like
it's
they don't
just
talk?
no, it's just like it's how she treats people and how she cares for people. Like people value me because I love my mom.
Okay.
Like when I talk about my parents, it's like I don't know. I just feel like it matters. It matters the way you talk about your mom and your dad. Mind you, they might be shitty people. So there's ins and outs of that. Mm-hmm. But the relationship you have with your parents does matter to me. Like your family. What's the word? Your family like.
Oriented?
Yeah, like that you're family oriented and you're close with the people you love and shit like that. I look at that because, if you're close with your family, that means you're gonna be close with our family. Like,
so having a good relationship with your parents is like an indicator that they're good in other areas, especially the relationship aspect.
That's one for me.
That's a main one.
Yeah, so I care about the people around her, and wow. So what would I tell my nephew to look for in a girl?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, yeah. What's that tip that like he wants to get in a relationship? Was one thing that you would tell him that'll pave the road to something? But I think that's a good one. What you just said.
Yeah, like I look at that and I see how she's with her parents and her family, and like does she have a close knit family? Mm-hmm. Because a lot of the time when they have a close knit family, they have little family gatherings and they're really close knit. I feel like the quality of person is really high.
I think that's probably that would be my answer too, man. Yeah, having a good relationship with the parent, and I mean that knocks out like half the girls on this planet, to be honest.
Yeah.
Whether it's their fault of their own or their parents, it doesn't. Who knows, man? I would probably, what I would tell if my son tells me that?
What?
Like if he's like 25 and under, I'd be like, don't do it. I'd just be like, listen, man, just do you, figure out who you are, and then once you're comfortable with yourself, then look into a relationship.
I agree.
But if he's asking me like what type of girl, that's 1,000%. I'd be like, what's the relationship with their family? Because
it's big.
It is big.
When a girl brings you to her family and it's like this close knit family and it's like they got it. It's good morals. It's good family values, and I think that's huge. It's like if she treats her dad good, she's gonna treat you good.
Yeah.
You feel me?
I mean, 1,000%. If they treat their parents good, it's a good indicator.
I think it's a great indicator.
Now, how would you? And this is like something that kind of like happens all the time. And I was having a discussion with one of my close friends, and they were. We were asking each other questions, and I'd be like, "Oh, so if you're with your girl, you're in a relationship, and then she asks you if while you guys were talking, that if you got with somebody, and then he'd be like, and then he was getting with somebody, but he would be like, nah, I told her, nah, it was just you, I was just hooking up with you, and then that's it. And then in my head, I'm like, oh, but why did you lie to her? Like you guys are like way into the relationship now, why don't you just tell her the truth, that you were with somebody? Yeah. Oh, because she doesn't need to know, and it doesn't really matter. It's just a small lie anyways. Like, it wasn't really nothing serious. I'm like, all right, well, if it wasn't anything serious, then how come you're lying?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And he's like, what do you sound like my mom? I'm like, well, the reason that I wouldn't lie is because it has more to do with me. Like, I feel like every time I lie, I bitch myself a little bit. Like, my subconscious tells me that I'm a bitch. It's like, why can't you just tell the truth?
Yeah, like, what's wrong? Like, fuck it.
Is what you're doing wrong?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, so even if it was wrong, they have to, like, if they love you and they accept you for who you are now, because, mind you, something that's really hard to come by nowadays is transparency. Okay?
Huge.
It's huge, and it's hard to come by, and, like, and it, I feel like that's the number one thing that lacks in a lot of relationship and people now is the transparency of what are you thinking, what do you want, and what's going on.
Like, where are we at?
Where are we at? What are we doing?
Right.
The transparency right there will end things or keep things going and keep everything more happy. Because if I'm transparent with you, you know where I've been, what I've done.
Cards are on the table.
All the cards are on the table. This is who I am. Do you like me for this? Do you still love me?
Right.
I've told you everything about me.
Right.
Whatever that is, and that's my past. We're here now, and I want to be with you. So does that matter to you?
Yeah.
Probably not, because now you know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if you found out in 6 months,
they lie about something in the past.
Now it's double. Now the girl or the guy's gonna be even more mad because now maybe it's something that she probably didn't like, and you lied.
Right.
If you just told her, "Look, I did this. I used to talk to this person, and I know you don't like them, but that's in the past, and we're here now.
Right.
But they find out 3 months in, now you got caught lying, and you did something she didn't like or he didn't like. Now you're fucked. You lost your trust card, and like, for me, once you lose the trust card, it's hard to get that shit back.
Even if it's like a small little.
Bro, when it's subtle, bro, why does it matter?
Right. Just face it.
Fuck, it is what it is now. We did this. This is where we're at.
I feel like it's so accepted, that whole little like mentality behind like, oh, he doesn't or she doesn't need to know. You know, it's something small. You know, it was something quick. They don't need to know. Where you're at, oh no, I'm over here. They don't need to know. But I feel like if you don't lie in a relationship, right? Not only is that a good base, it's hard to do. You know,
to not lie.
It's hard to not lie.
No, it is because
everybody's a liar.
Yeah,
everybody lies about something. Yeah. Oh, whether it be a white lie or a big lie. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a lie. But it's very hard to keep the truth going, especially when you're used to it. You know what I mean? When you're used to just not, and it's not even like a blatant out lie. Like, you know, it's like kind of things that you've been telling yourself, like, oh, she doesn't need to know this. Like those little things. But I think it does more damage, not only to, you know, if you're a relationship, but just you yourself. And
that goes back to the note, the golden note. Like, don't try to be someone you're not. Don't try to be perfect. Yeah. You're gonna lose trying to be perfect.
Yeah, right. And then like that's why people lie, because they want to uphold like a certain image.
Yeah, like they want.
That's what it is.
Like, yeah, I'm Tyler River and I've never done nothing wrong and I'm perfect, so I'm gonna lie and get my way out of everything, so then I can hold that. Nah, fuck that.
And try to maintain that image of what you think
perfect.
you are.
No, what the hell, bro? I done fucked up. This is what I did, or I did a couple of things in the past that I learned from. It's not something I'm gonna do again. And I'd be happy when, like, you know, might be hard to swallow. Mind you, some of the things are hard to swallow.
Yeah. That's what builds character, though. You're right, bro. Like, if you don't lie, you tell the truth, and if it's hard to accept, you know, fuck, like I'm gonna swallow that pill. Fuck it.
Yeah, like for example, I was talking to a girl not too long ago, and she had no shame of saying, yeah, that guy right there, I was talking to him for the past 3 months. And then she said to me,
while you guys are talking.
No. Like when we were getting to know each other, but it wasn't anything like too serious. Mm-hmm. But I knew that person, so she said, hey, I used to talk to him. Mm. The card was on the table, so it was her telling me eat it or tell me that you ain't with that. You're not cool with it, and it's okay too. If I'm not okay with it, I'm not okay with it. Like, okay, I appreciate you telling me. I
can't do it.
I can't do it, but that's me. I can't do it.
Right.
It's not me being shallow. It's me being straight up. And that bothers me. And I don't want that. And it's okay to not be okay with it.
Right. Because she could have lied and been like, hey, you know, lied about it, and then eventually since you know that person, be like, hey, yo, dude, I got with this chick.
Yeah, and then
it's even worse.
It's 10 times worse.
Yeah.
And then you're hearing shit about your girl that you didn't know.
Yeah.
And it's a horrible feeling. Hearing stuff about your girl that you didn't know that she didn't tell you, for me, is one of the worst fucking things.
Yeah.
It fucking sucks. It's the worst thing, bro. Like, and it's a guy thing, I guess, but it's a girl thing too. But like, it sucks. It really, like, I don't know how if this is shallow or not. I don't think it is. Well, because I'm saying if she told me. But hearing things about your girl that you didn't know, it's just really hard to swallow.
I mean, or the guy. I'm sure, like, for the girl.
Yeah, like, so if a girl hears some stuff about you and you didn't tell her straight up, it's gonna be 10 times harder for her to swallow it than if you just told her she swallowed it. I know that shit.
That's breakup material right there, bro.
It is breakup material. No matter
how deep in a relationship it is.
100%.
Imagine if, like, and it's happened before that a friend got with this girl, a girl that I got, not that I got with, but a girl that I went to high school with, and she was like the town easy pass lane. Okay. You know what I mean? It was just known to everybody that went to school. You know, it was just like, this girl. Oh, if you ever want anything, there's a girl, right? And whatever. Fast forward like a couple years later, you know, everybody's out of town and doing this, and then I'm cool with this guy, and he's like, yo, this is my girl, and it was that girl, and I was like, oh, but then, like, as we started talking, I could see that I don't think he had any idea of that.
Yeah, and
just imagine the feeling of you're with that girl, and then somebody else tells you, yo, bro, this girl was like the town.
Imagine walking into a party with your girl, and she hasn't told you, and she smashed 6 guys in there, and you walk in there and you're the laughing stock. Dog.
You don't even know. Oh,
Dog. Like that's like a bro. You feel me?
that's probably the worst
Yeah, bro.
thing ever.
It's horrible.
Might as well just walk in with your girl like already.
And
like,
bro, you just put the cards on the table. Like for example, this girl told me that, right?
Mhm.
And then the next thing she said was, oh no, like I don't want to go out. I have to be home because my father's cooking, and I want to be there for him because he cooked.
What? That was the excuse?
No. She was telling me that, like, after the conversation, she put the cards on the table.
Oh, okay.
And instead of wanting to go out,
Yeah.
she said, "No, my pops is cooking, and I think I should go home because I want to be there for him cooking." She put the cards on the table, showed the family value of saying, "Fuck going out to this club. I really want to go home because my dad cooked and there's nobody there."
Wow.
I was like, like,
respectable.
yeah,
You might even think she was bullshitting at first.
Yeah, it's just like what, like, cause you don't hear that. You do not hear that. Oh no, I don't want to go to that club tonight because you know what, my father's cooking his favorite meal, and I want to be there to try it because he likes it when I'm there. I'm like,
Jesus. Respect.
Tell me no. That you hear some shit like, oh yeah. Well, we're going to this party now.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I'd rather if you know if my dad cooked.
Jesus.
You could even come and he could try it too. Like he'd love it if we would just try to food because he cooked and I don't want him to be alone eating.
It's funny you say that because, like, in the beginning of when I was with my girl, she would do shit like that. Like she would be like, "Oh, I gotta. It's like 11. She's like, yo, I gotta go home. I gotta, it's gonna be too late." And it was like a Friday, and I'm like, alright, whatever. It was getting in the beginning, but then later on, it just kept happening, and I'm like, yo, she definitely meeting up with some dude, man. Because, you just don't expect that type of stuff, And then little by little, I found out that she was just going home because, she didn't want her dad to get mad at her or, like she wanted to spend time with them. I was like, oh, I can't go out Saturday. Oh, I made this dope plan. We go to the spot, we, smoke some hookah, we just, a couple of drinks and we chill. No, I can't on Saturday. I'm going to watch a movie with my dad at home.
Bro, like that right there.
I was like, what? I was like, yo, she's bullshitting. But then after like a couple of months of that, I'm like, wait a minute, man. I think she's actually doing that. And it's just like, wow, man. That's I gotta respect that.
Yeah, like bro, like and that's the type of shit that I respect. It's like, cause it's like instead of going out to a club that I was ready to go to, take her to, it was like that's cool, but
I'd rather spend time with family. It's more valuable. Damn, that's like a hard indicator, dude.
Bro, it's different because but you don't hear that. I don't hear that. Mind you, I have tons of friends. I'm around a lot of people.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we out. Let's go, bro. It was like this, like.
Yo, Graham, you hear that? Girls, stay home with your parents and watch movies or some shit, alright? Go hang out with your parents. Fuck that, alright? Don't go out to no clubs or nothing like that.
It's the value, bro. It's different.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, yo, T, man. I'm gonna finish off with this, man.
Finish off.
Listen. Don't ever lie. Because you start lying, even if it's a small lie, there's no such thing as small lie, number one. The lie's a lie. Big lie, small lie, white lie. It's a lie. Not only you're not lying to the other person, you're lying to yourself, all right? Develop a character. Develop a character to face up to your own shit, all right? And that's the only way that you can fix it. Like AA, Alcoholic Anonymous, what's the first thing that they do when they get up there? My name is whatever, and I'm an alcoholic. It's like you're accepting it. You're not lying anymore, so now you can fix the problem, all right? In-depth example, but you guys get my drift.
Yeah, like my name is Tyler, and I'm addicted to hookah.
Boom, and then now we can fix it.
Or at least it's known.
at least you know there's something wrong. You don't have to fix it, but at least you know it.
Yeah.
And you're not lying to yourself.
No, and I'm not lying to you because I'm addicted.
Exactly. So you should never lie.
Transparency is key.
Right there. Key. It is fundamental. And listen, it's tough. It's tough not to lie. It's tough to stay completely transparent. Everybody sees. Put all the cards on the table. It's tough, but listen. Nobody says it's gonna be easy. It's true to your character, true to your nature, and make you a better person. And also, do away with perfectionism. We all strive to be perfect. Nobody's perfect. It's good that you strive to be perfect, but don't let perfectionism take over what you're doing in the present. All right, put yourself out there. Eventually you're gonna get better. This was gonna be the next one.
Yeah.
The next one's gonna be better than the last one.
Facts.
And that's what you gotta go for. It shouldn't be perfection, but it should be progress.
The best version of you.
That's it right there. And guys, you already know what it is. It's the Blue Room Theory Podcast. It's your boy O.Javier.TV. And T, you want to add anything?
I just want to make sure everyone who's watching this right now clicks the like, share, and subscribe button on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Share this post, tag somebody if you found it was relatable. And I appreciate everybody tuning in.
All right, O.Javier.TV. Tyler River, you already know, signing out. Peace.